Welcome TechBrothersIT. In this video, we are going to take a look into the Mirrored Azure SQL Database in Microsoft Fabric. A Mirrored Azure SQL Database in Microsoft Fabric is a real-time automatically synced copy of your Azure SQL Database inside the Microsoft Fabric OneLake. It brings the operational data into Fabric for analytics, reporting, and AI without building traditional ETL pipelines. So here's your source is going to be Azure SQL Database. Your destination is going to be Fabric, and then the mechanism it is going to use is called the change data capture. And the goal is it let you analyze the fresh operational data in Fabric with the minimum effort. So now let's go to the portal.azure.com, and here is our SQL server, and there is a SQL DB that is right there. So that's a link for our server name, and I'm going to click on the server name, and here is the user we are going to use, and that's our server name. Now, if I will go to the settings here and then go to the SQL databases, I'm going to see the database right here. So TechSQL DB is the database. I can click right here and then open this in the query, and you can see that once I clicked on the Tech SQL DB, then I went to the query window, and here I can see the tables. So I can see customer and I can see test. If I will go to the customer, you can see that I have the primary key here, but in the test I don't have any key, especially the primary key is not there. So let me select some data, and we will take a look from here. So db.customer, and then we are going to select some data from our test. So let's select some data from db.test as well. Now you see that there are 5 records here. So right here, so there are ID 1 2 3 4 5 for the customer, and if I go to the test, I can see right here. Okay, so it is saying because I have DBO twice here, so I'm going to select the data, and you can see right here there are 2 records in this table. Now I'm going to go to Fabric, and I'm going to the workspace here, and then I will be going to the new item. Then here I will scroll down, and right here I see Mirrored SQL Database. Easily replicate data from existing source into analytics friendly format. Now that's all good here, and once we click there, it's giving us a new source, Azure SQL DB, and here it is asking some question like such as provide your server name. So I'm going to go back here and copy the server name. So let me go to overview here, and this is my server name, so I'm going to bring that here and paste it here. Here is the database name, so I go back here and then go to databases and copy the database name right here. I'm going to paste that there as well, and now we are going to create a new connection. I can name this one now, so I'm going to say Azure SQL Mirror. Okay, so I can say source. Okay, that's going to be our source, and here if this is our on the Azure, so we don't have to use the gateway or anything right now, and basic authentication is fine, SQL user, and then you will provide the password. We can use the Azure Key Vault if we have saved our value in the Key Vault. Now I'm not going to use the encryption connection and all that, and leave the privacy to none, and then we are going to go ahead and hit connect. Okay, so it is making a connection to our Azure SQL database that's I just showed you, and now it's trying to get the list of those tables. So here it is able to get the list of those tables here, but we are seeing an error. Please turn on the system assigned manage identity, and it is primary identity for the SQL server. Verify it is primary identity before trying. So let's go back to our server here, and now if I will go back to the overview, and then let me see where is the identity. So go to security, and here is the identity, and here I can turn that system assign identity on. So I'm going to go ahead and hit it on, and then hit save button. We are all good here, and what I will do, we can go back here, or we can just simply connect from here. Here there are some list of the tables you can select, and I'm going to select all the tables, and also automatically mirror future tables. If I will create a new table, then it will be added to the replication as well. So now hit connect, and we should be all fine here, and now it is going to take some time, and then it's going to start showing us the database. So here is our Azure SQL DB. That's and this is our going to be destination. If I will say destination, that will be fine. So mirror and then underscore destination. Okay, so that will do it. And now we are creating that database, and you remember that our source database name was different, but I created the destination database name as a different. So it is provisioning a mirror database right now. Then it's going to provision SQL Analytics endpoint, so we can use to connect to by using SSMS or other IDEs. And then it is going to configure the application and then finally start the replication. So it might take some time because if there are some records, it has to get all the data for you. So here you can see that mirror database ID, so it's a unique ID given to it. Then it is source is Azure SQL DB. Then you have Azure source connection, and that's your connection. And here we can use the query in T-SQL as well to read the records. Let's refresh. Right now it's running, so that's good news. So, and we have options such as stop replication or configure replication. So if you want to change this type of information, say maybe you don't want to add any future tables, you can always go back here or exclude some tables as well. And then I'm going to close. In my case, I'm not making any changes. So here you have some settings. Here you can give a different name, or you have endorsement, SQL endpoints, and that's you can copy and connect by using SSMS. Your maintenance here, so automatically execute a vacuum to delete log entries that exceed the retention threshold and unreferenced data files. Right now it's 1 day. If you want to keep for more days, you can go ahead and do it. So let's close this one. And still we are not seeing any data. Okay, now finally we see that there are two tables, test and customer. So it is running right now, and there is no rows you can see right here. That's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and also open this query here. So you can see that that's our destination database. If we go to schemas here, and then we are gonna see DBA schema here soon, and then we should see the tables. So it's still working. So let me take you back here, and let's refresh, and soon we will see number of rows replicated. Meanwhile, this process is working. I'm gonna go ahead and maybe create a couple of insert statements here, and let's do that. Insert into this and values number 3, and then I will say replication test. Okay, now this will be fine, and maybe I want to do some more stuff here. So let's say we say update this table, set name is equal to, or let's say set ID is equal to 100, and then where ID is equal to 1. So we can make some updates, and also we can use maybe in this case from customer, maybe we can delete some data or update. So here I did update. Is here I'm gonna go ahead and delete from where customer ID is equal to 101. We'll use these different queries to test our scenario here. So still it's replicating, and okay, finally we have the rows here, and you can see that 2 rows are replicated and 5 rows replicated. So if I go back here in my query, and here is my schema, then we have table, DBA schema, then we have tables, and let me expand that a little bit and refresh, and now we are going to say new query, and here I will say select star from DBA customer, and if I execute, I should see 5 records here. And then if I will say select star from DBA test, I'm gonna see some records here as well. So you can see that there are 5 records here, and with the one thing to notice here, in this table have a primary key. So you see that there's an actual list of the columns what we have from the table. In this case, that the test table does not have primary key, so you can see that there is an extra column added called the MS SQL System Unique Identifier, and that's given to each of the row. So you can see that that's how the CDC is going to know what's going on with these tables and data. So if there is a primary key, no problem. If there is no primary key, then this column will be added. That's all good here. And now what we are going to do, we are going to go back here and make some changes. So I'm going to go ahead and insert this row in the test. It's called replication test, and then also make this update where id is going to be 100. So this is both things we are doing with the test table. Let me take you back here, and now we will go ahead and execute our query. It is going to take some time before it gets those results. So there should be a new record here with id 3, and then we should have a value come in for a test that we updated. Now let me go back here, and you see that there was 2 rows initially inserted, and once the update and insert happen, we should see the row count change. So let's refresh for a couple of seconds. And one more thing I want to do meanwhile, we can handle that. I think we can remember, we can delete one row from here. So if I will show you right here, there are 5 rows, and this one is 1 and I'm going to go ahead and delete that. So delete 1 row. So let's go back here. Let's wait for the replication to catch up, and you see that the test, it has caught up, and now you have 4 rows replicated. There are 2 rows actually in this table, and guess what happened? We inserted 1 more row, so and updated 1 row, so it could consider 2 of them. So as of now, you see that if I'm running the query, it's only getting me just 2 rows. So let's wait for a second here. If I will go back here to the test, and there should be a data here for row 3. So you can see that this is our data that's in our source. So if I go back in Fabric, now if I execute, now it is there. So you can see right there. So we have id 3 here, and this was id 1 that we have updated to this value. So there is a slight delay, and this could be the reason why I have trial version. In your case, maybe it will be faster, so I don't know. So anyways, go ahead and execute this one, and now this should have only 4 rows, as the 1 row 101 was deleted from the source. So if I go back here and execute it or refresh here, so you're gonna see rows replicated. So don't let this number confuse you, because if you see that it has changed. When I update the row, it consider 1 row. When I deleted the row, it also consider a row replicated. So if you're trying to consider like, hey, guess what, first when I loaded the table, it was 100 rows, and then I deleted a row, then this should be 199. No, it's going to be 101. So each operation is going to consider 1 row, like a new insert or a updated or deleted. So this number will change, but that will not be equal to the row count in the table. So that's pretty much it. Now you are all good. If you want to go ahead and let's say, one more thing I want to show you. If you create a new table, it will come there as well. So let's create a table. So in this case, create table dbo, and I'm going to call this table test replicate, and then I say id integer, and then name varchar 10, so all good here. Go insert into dbo test replication, and what will this will do now, and we will say values 1 comma test rep. Okay, and then that's it. So new table will be added. Now if let's say if I will go ahead and add a column here in the tester, so I will say alter table this add address, okay, of street, just giving a random name to the column, and then I say varchar 100. So in this case, now I have added added a new column here, and I'm going to go ahead and insert another record here with the 4, and here say address. Okay, just make a random data here, so test address. Okay, and now in this case we made 2 changes. We created a new table, and we also made changes to the existing table by adding a new column. So let's go ahead and take a look here, and now once we are gonna wait for it and let it complete. So test should have 1 more column called address, and also this there should be a new table will be here soon. So okay, this table came, so that's good. So we can see the table now, and it's still running, so it's going to get whatever the records are in new table. And also we should see the changes come into the test as well. So just give it a minute and we'll see some records. And here is a record for the first newly table, and then this, once this change, then we should be fine. So let me go back here, and now if I will just take a look here. So in this case I'm going to go to tables here, and then we should see 3 tables. A new table test replication is there. If I click right there, we should see the data. It has only 1 row. That's what we inserted. Okay, it does have it. And now if I go to the test table, you can see right here it has a new column called address of street that we just added, and null values for the previous records, and for the new record we have inserted the values. So you can see right there. So it works. So you can do all those different things, such as adding a new column or adding a new table, and deleting data or inserting or updating data. So it's pretty fast, and once you are done, no big deal, you can always go back here. And if you want to delete that tech mirror destination, you can just go here and delete. Are you sure you want to delete? Yes. And now once it's deleted, nothing is going to happen on your source side. So if I go back here in my source, and if I will select the data from test, it should be there. And because it's not going to affect our source at all, it has deleted from the fabric. So I thank you very much for watching this video. Please subscribe my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.